roasting that defensive back and just catching a touchdown, making a few moves and scoring.
Yeah, that deep middle safety kind of slipped and fell there, and I believe Holland read that well and just took advantage of it with the guy with the speed of Sperry.
Well, we've talked about this before, too. Teams are very good at being able to bite you in on the running game with a couple of plays up inside, and Eli Thomas trying to get loose on one play, and then you throw it down the middle of the field for Sperry. And the kick by Braxton Terry, the senior, comes on for the point after, and it's good. 10:24 on the clock, 7-0 Bobcats over the Bearcats. We'll take a quick break and be back on BSN.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
So yeah, we've hit that time of year. Time to think about saving money. You know, the season of saving and upgrading at Appalachian Wireless. How about a brand new iPhone 13 for just a penny? iPhone 13 128 gig for a penny with a mix and match or unlimited plan. Terms and conditions do apply. Just visit AppalachianWireless.com for details. So let's do some saving and upgrading because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back to Bluegrass Sports Nation. The Bobcats made quick work of that drive with the People's Bank of Jackson touchdown to Austin Sperry. And so far, they really dominated that first drive. Came out and they're trying to establish a run, and then they got the Walton-Verona defense on the pass, Rob.
I think we're going to see a lot more of that. I think you're going to see Coach Moore go to the running game. I think you're going to see the arsenal of the different backs coming into the game. You know, we've seen Braden Barnett do a whale of a job in the backfield. We've seen Tolson, Braxton Terry, just to name some of the guys that have come in to do some different roles here late in the season. But I think you're going to see Gibson, Thomas, John Carter Holland. You're going to see a number of those guys back there going to work as Preston Turner puts the boot to it. It's going to take a Bobcat bounce and be handled back around the 26, 27-yard line. Brought out of there by the Bearcats, number 10. Finally going to be brought down in Breathitt territory around the 46, 47-yard line.
That bring up Family Pharmacy first down for the Bearcats as they start their first offensive drive, Rob.
That was Braden Donato with the reception and the run back on the kickoff. 10:16 on the clock, 7-0 your score. The Bearcats with excellent field position, Bradley Hall.
Yeah, he about escaped that one right there. If he'd have broke that one tackle, he would have probably took it to the house right then.
So the Bearcats set up shop from the 47-yard line. And a turn, fake, roll out to his left, throws back across the middle. Had a man out there, but couldn't get to him. Your quarterback is number 16. It's going to be Avery Howe. He's got a lot of size to him, guys. He's a pretty good sized quarterback to be back there in the backfield. Looked like he had a good arm too. Rolled out to his left, threw it back down in the middle of the field. Pass goes incomplete, so to bring up 2nd and 10.
Might be where he's a bigger guy, might also be harder for a defensive lineman to bring down. You know, like a Ben Roethlisberger type player.
Well, he is their 5th or 6th leading rusher, so he will pick up a few yards here and there.
Yeah, always good to have a quarterback that's got good size and also good speed.
Under center now for Howe. And we got a guy in motion in the backfield, but referee's going to say false start.
Looks like an offensive lineman may have picked up their hand once they were already down.
He was actually motion pointing at one of the defensive guys. You know, you see that a lot in college and pros, you know, the offensive lineman talking, but I think after they got set, he lifted the hand to make a motion, and that'll back the Bearcats up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 15 for Walton-Verona.
Just a small mental mistake that's already costed the Walton-Verona offense a little bit of a yardage on this. Could have been a good drive.
So back to the 48 in their own territory. Quarterback Howell waiting on the snap. Quick throw across the middle. Tackled immediately by Sperry. Pass looked to be caught by number 15. I think that's Oldfield.
Austin Sperry's tackling has very much improved this year. This is the most I have ever seen him make these big type of hits and tackles his whole career.
He's made some big defensive plays.
It's very good. That's a very good defensive read from Sperry, too, coming up and making the tackle before the guy was able to secure the ball.
So Oldfield on the catch, two of the better receivers and cornerbacks on the field. And Oldfield going to walk off the field after that hit. Young man broke all the records for receiving and scoring touchdowns last week against Boone County for Walton-Verona. Two receivers each side now for the Bearcats. One back in the backfield beside Hal. And we get the play on whistle. Hal sets up, throws across the middle. He's got a man there. He's tackled, and the ball falls incomplete. Pass intended for number 10, Braden Donato. And once again, the Bobcats, Johnny on the spot with another good tackle. Ball falls incomplete.
What a hit from Austin Barker. He just came up and, just like I was saying with Sperry, made a great read and kept the guy from securing the ball. And that would have been very close to a first down. So just a great defensive play from him.
Yeah, 2 plays in a row right there. 2 passes that could have been complete but were knocked incomplete due to big hits, and that's the type of intensity that you want to see out of a defense on both sides of the ball.
Another young guy that's really made the most of his minutes on the field is Austin Barker. He's had some big plays this year on defense also. The Bearcats set to punt. Ball is high, and it'll fall around the 30 and take a Bobcat roll back to about the 24 before it is stopped. So Bobcats with 9:54 will take over. Offense will come onto the field.
It brings up a family pharmacy first down for the Bobcats. Let's see if they can keep that momentum they established in the first drive coming back to their second.
Decent field position as they'll start out on the 24-yard line on the left hash. 9:54 on the clock. 7-0.
Looks like the Bobcats are going back to that two-back set, so I expect a little run action this first play. Like we said earlier, trying to establish a good run game so they can really execute well in that pass game.
Holland waiting on the snap. Combs, single receiver to the left, gets set. Holland looks to the left, steps up in the pocket, flushed out of there. One defender misses. Holland going to get out of bounds around the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. So flushed out of the pocket that time. Miles had to make something out of nothing. Good defense on the receivers downfield by the secondary.
Yeah, real close to a coverage sack, but Miles Holland's able to use his legs, get a few yards, and keep what would have been a negative play from being to a positive play. But just a great play by the Walton-Verona defense. That line found a way to get to the quarterback.
Quick look again. Holland going to tuck it and goes down around the 30. So another pickup of about 2 yards. Picked up 3 on the first play. See where they spot this one. Looks like maybe a pickup of another 3 as they'll sit it on the 30. So it'll be, it says 3rd and 5 on the board. Be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, it looks closer to
by the chains. So the offense getting set.
Like they've gone to a trip set.
Trips right. Holland takes a look, waits on the snap. Sits back in the pocket, looks downfield. Makes one defender, misses, passes it short to Gibson. Gibson makes a man miss. He's up around the 40, still on his feet, dragging defenders up to about the 47, 48-yard line. So Jaden Gibson making a lot out of nothing. The short pass as Holland had to get it out of there.
Fantastic play from the junior. I mean, not only can he just ram the ball down your throat, he can also catch and make a big play. I mean, he just shrugged off the tackler and even rolled in with him an extra 5-10 yards.
You know, there was 2 tacklers right there, and he split them right up the middle, and that was proper technique of what he needed to do right there. Other than hitting them, either one of them one-on-one, he decided to go in the middle, and that was ultimately what allowed him to break off that run.
Next play, Holland, short pass over to John Carter. Holland, he's got a block. He's at the 40, but we got a flag down. The flag is going to come right in the area where the other receiver was making the block for Holland.
Looks like we may have got a hole in the other receiver trying to maybe, got a little too tight with the guy. Yeah, a little too handsy. That's the word I was looking for. And just,
What do you guys think about, we'll, while they're walking this back, let's talk real quick. What do you guys think about the pass interference calls? We see so many pass interference flags, especially in college and pro these days. Weigh in on that for a minute.
They're always controversial, but I understand that the refs have a hard job, and it's really hard to judge that live. and it's a lot easier to watch a replay and judge it in slow motion than it is to watch it live and judge it that way.
We'll talk more. We'll talk more about it when we come back after the break. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back. Jiffy Mart, get in and out in a jiffy with gas, groceries, and a great meat department. And be sure and check out Sanford's Deli. Hutch Automotive, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts. And stop and see them at Tire Works for all of your vehicle needs for the best price in town. Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic. If you're injured, Dr. Howard can help, including auto accidents, workers' compensation. No referral needed. Over 22 years of experience. Rose Brothers Department Store with locations in Jackson and Batable. Be sure and shop in the store or online at rosebros.com. Breathitt Funeral Home, where they believe everyone deserves an honorable, respectable, and affordable final farewell. Newly renovated, and we have pre-need policies available. We treat your family like our family when only the best will do. YPK Motorsports with 4 locations in eastern Kentucky, Jackson, Hazard, Paintsville, and Ashland. In-stock machines ready for your family's next outdoor adventure. Visit ypkmotorsports.com. Back to the action. Holland in the backfield. Gives. And looks like Thomas going to be tackled immediately.
Second carry for Thomas on the night's stop really quick.
The holding call on the receiver, by the way, did bring the ball back 5 yards. Pickup of 1 that time. It'll be 2nd and 14. Ball on the 45-yard line. 7:34 here to go in the first quarter. Bobcats get set. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 1 back each side of Holland. He'll give in the backfield. Fake. Looks down the field. Throws. He's got Eli Thomas, and a nice catch. Is right before he steps out of bounds. He made the catch up around the 37-yard line. So another big move with the chains for the Cats.
Family Pharmacy first down for the Bobcats on that big catch.
Ball be on the Bearcats 37-yard line.
Kind of expecting that they might run heavy team, make a 3rd and manageable, but no, they take a shot.
Hello, Don Banks, all the way from LaPorte, Indiana. Hello, Kyle Crisp. Hello, Jalen Turner. Man, we got some celebrities on here tonight.
Some big names.
Yeah. Bobcats get set again. Holland tries to draw them off sides. Doesn't work. Looks back to the sideline to Coach Moore. 7:18 on the clock. Bobcats up 7-0 over the Bearcats. 2 receivers to the right. Holland looks left. Throws quick to Combs. Combs with a catch. Dives forward up to about the 29-yard line.
Just adding on to what I've been talking about a little bit tonight, the freshman, Jason Combs, is another one of those guys who's developed well.
Another young player that doesn't look young on the field.
No. The Bobcats really have 5 freshmen that have just become stars, which are Adam Spencer, Tayton Skidmore, Eli Thomas, Miles Holland, Jason Combs, and they've all developed really well. And, you know, they play on a level to where you kind of think these guys, how are these guys freshmen?
Yep. Yeah, they've got a high football IQ. Holland goes back to work, takes a snap, give in the backfield to Thomas. He's got Colby Bird out there for a blocker. Don't get him. If he gets the edge, he's gone, and he's ran out of bounds. I was about to tell the Bearcat defenders, don't give him the edge, because if you do, you'll see his taillights.
Good effort from number 52, Colby Bird, as well, trying to get out there and make a block for his running back.
6:32 on the clock, another first down for the Cats.
You know, that was a good job for Eli Thomas right there. Being patient and staying behind Colby Bird right there. It would have been easy for him to use his speed and get in front of him a little bit, but he allowed him to take on a block right there, and it gets a few extra yards right there.
Trips to the left for the Bobcats. Holland gets set from the right hash. First down from the 21, and up the middle goes Jaden Gibby Gibson. Pickup of about, looks like about 4 from here. See where they spot it.
I know we've talked about it all year when the 3 of us have been on the call, but the stable of running backs are so good this year for the Bobcats. I mean, they just have they have a lot of speed. I mean, last year, you know, you would watch a few games, think Jaden Gibson lost a step, but now you look at him and like he's only a few steps off from maybe breaking it off for a touchdown.
There's no reduction in quality when it comes to the backfield. Give up inside. He's got a blocker. Thomas gets a block from Gibson, and he'll get it up to about the 10-yard line over by the right hash. 5:48 on the clock.
That's a family pharmacy first now for the Bobcats as they keep on just marching the ball down the field. A really good drive from them, killing some clock.
Like we talked about, you think Coach Moore's probably going to keep it between the tackles and see what he can do early with running the ball before he puts one through the air again. The first touchdown coming from Holland to Sperry. Big up front. Wildcat for Gibson. Gibson going to take it up to about the 9.
Mm-hmm. Well, for those who have played and know how Coach Moore likes to run his offenses, quarterback back when he played, he likes to give his roses to his quarterbacks here and there. Yeah. As you said, Jalen Turner's on there watching. He was the kind of guy who made a bunch of plays and offense based around him. And Miles is kind of that too. So you never know. You could see like a real quick screen here or maybe like a little dump off pass to Gibson like we saw earlier.
Once again, the Wildcat to Gibson. Gibson, the ball carrier, up to about the 8 as he picks up another yard, maybe to the 7-yard line.
As we were just saying, this is looking like a passing situation right now. So,
yeah, third and it says 3rd and 8. We'll call it 3rd and 7. 4:30 on the clock.
Last week Jaden Gibson was able to rip off 2 big runs out of that Wildcat, and I think Walton-Verona was able to watch that film and notice that, and that seems to be working pretty good for them right now. Whatever they've adjusted to.
So the Bobcats are in the bone.
4:13 on the clock. Give in the backfield to Gibson, still on his. Oh, that was Gibson was the blocker.
That was Braden Barnett.
Braden Barnett
absolutely crammed the ball down the field. They called that a touchdown.
Did they give it to him?
No, I think they're going to mark him just short. Well, they gave it to him. That's a People's Bank Jackson first down.
All right, so the Bobcats.
Touchdown.
The Bobcats and Braden Barnett able to punch it in. And that'll make your score 13-0 with 3:46 on the clock as Braxton Terry comes in to attempt the point after. Kick is up, and I believe that one's good. It is 3:46 on the clock. It'll make it 14-0. We will be back after this message on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Back to the action from the Riverbank. 3:46 on the clock here in the first quarter. Bobcats go up 14-0, courtesy of Braden Barnett. Another back that we talked about in the backfield that Coach Kyle Moore and the offense able to use to not just pick up yards, but put points on the board, as we've watched 5 or 6 guys in the last few games carry the ball for the Bobcats.
I mean, I don't know how many times we can bring it up, but that stable of running backs for the Bobcats is just absolutely lethal. And I know if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm kind of looking at them like, okay, how do we stop these guys, each of their attributes?
Preston Turner puts a boot to it, going to be handled back at the 15. Tackled, made around the 25 by Tolson, also by Spencer, and Braden Barnett also hanging around there close where the tackle was made. So the Bearcats will take over from the 15. Or no, my bad. The ball, the kick was handled at the 15. He's going to bring it back to the 28. Thank you, executive producer.
So on that family pharmacy first down for the Bearcats, let's see if the Bobcats can bring out that potent defense they had in their first defensive drive.
2 receivers to the left for the Bearcats. Howell puts a man in motion. Turns, gives in the backfield. Gets past one defender, but he's going to be tackled around the 30. Pickup of about 2 yards for Walton-Verona.
Yeah, that's something you're seeing a lot more nowadays, too, is like offensive coordinators putting their bigger guys out there and putting them in motion. Because that guy they had in motion didn't look like a normal guy you put in motion.
Yeah, he could play offensive tackle, too.
Mm-hmm.
Good blocker.
When you see a guy with a number 68 in motion,
Yeah.
that's pretty much a giveaway what they're going to do. They're going to try to run it right up the middle.
You've seen it a bunch recently. A lot of college offenses do it to get that guy some momentum and get a bigger block on him.
Hal sits back, throws quickly over to his left. Ball falls incomplete. Once again, this time John Carter Holland, the defensive back there, to make the quick tackle. Everybody I've talked to for the last 2 or 3 weeks, the first word out of their mouth when you talk about the Bobcats is how much they've grown on defense. Better tackling. We've been flying to the football. All 11 guys on the field pursuing to the ball carrier a lot better than we did earlier in the season.
Well, the Bobcats have been plagued with injuries all throughout the year, and they've been also changing some plugging guys in, and they've also gained Justin Combs back as a defensive coordinator, which has really helped. So they've kind of meshed well now, and they got their rhythm.
2 receivers each side. One of them goes in motion and almost knocked down by Terry. Pass is complete over to the Bearcat sideline. I was trying to see the number of the receiver. We got a flag back here from a receiver and a defensive back way away from the play.
That's an offensive lineman.
It is, ain't it?
Yeah.
He's way downfield.
Looks like they may get a Bobcat for a late hit on the end of that really good little dump-off pass.
Yeah,
they're going to run it back.
They're going to walk it off on the Bobcats. Yeah. Looks to be a 15-yard penalty from here.
Yeah.
So that'll put it over in Breathitt County territory. So the Bearcats pick up an important first down here in the first quarter.
Well, now the momentum's kind of shifted. They've had a big play and more yards tacked on. Let's see if the Bearcat offense can kind of get a little something going.
Walton-Verona, 2 receivers each side, one back in the backfield beside a Hal. Hal sits back, flushed out of the pocket, throws across the middle, picked off. Picked off by, is that Adam Spencer?
That is number 0, Adam Spencer.
Adam Spencer with the interception.
Do you know, keep piggybacking on what we've said all night? The freshmen have developed well. I mean, this Adam Spencer is a guy you would think might be undersized, but he's back there playing safety and doing very well. I think a few weeks ago at Leslie County, he nearly had a pick.
That was a great way for him to respond right there. He got that penalty the last play, and he didn't let that get in his head and was able to respond with a pick right there.
2:36 on the clock. Defense with a takeaway, and we'll also get a face mask penalty on that, and Walton-Verona will be marching it backwards. Another first down for the Bobcats as they take over on the 49.
Family Pharmacy first down for the Bobcats.
You got that right. Bobcats on the right hash. 2:36 on the clock, up 14-0. And a big defensive takeaway. 2 receivers to the left, 1 back each side of Holland. Sits back in the pocket, looks downfield. Throws it deep, looking for Sperry. Sperry eyes it, and he makes the catch. He lost it. Ball came out. Incomplete. I thought he had it.
Yeah. Just to tag on to that, the Bobcat offensive line kind of responded well on that first play as well, because last drive they passed the ball a little bit more and had a little bit of pressure come on Miles, and they've adjusted well to that. And now they got Miles enough time in the pocket. Very close play. Sperry almost made a really good play.
The Bobcat offense is they're playing everywhere right now. They've ran the ball up the middle. They've ran it outside. They've took some short passes and they've thrown it deep. They're keeping this defense on their toes, being very unpredictable.
What a fake in the backfield, and here comes Thomas out of the backfield down the sideline. 10-5 end zone for Eli Thomas, and we got a flag down at the 46-yard line. What a play. And if you had a chance to watch Miles Holland on the fakes, he faked it inside, handed it to Thomas, and turned around and faked the pass. And Thomas comes around the left side, makes his way to the end zone. We got a flag down, and everybody's walking back. So the touchdown is negated.
Had a hold on the Bobcats. I think it may have happened on the tail end, maybe that block where Eli got off. To some, that may have looked like a really good pancake block, but to the referee, it looked like a hold, Always a touchy subject with a hold, not holding.
Touchy subject with a pancake being a hold,
Yeah. I've seen, as an offensive lineman, I've seen tons of those.
Ball on the 45, still in Bobcat territory on the left hash. Bobcats come back out and go to work. 2nd and 16, 2:19 on the clock. Trips to the right for the Bobcats. One back to the left of Holland. He'll take the snap from Carson Miller. Sits back, looking to throw. Goes down the middle of the field. He's got Sperry wide open. Sperry makes the catch at the 15 and walks into the end zone.
Peoples Banker Jackson, touchdown for Austin Sperry, his second on the night. You know, he is just absolutely blazing up the middle of the field and getting these balls wide open.
Yeah, he had the safety beat big time on that one. 2:10 on the clock. Bobcats go up 20-0.
As Brad mentioned earlier, it looks like that safety may have got a little tripped up a little bit. Sperry just took all the advantage of it. And Miles Holland with another great read, seeing that guy fall down a little bit and just hitting his guy wide open.
Yeah, both of those safeties are playing a little shallow, and they've taken advantage of that twice on both of those Austin Sperry touchdowns where he was able to catch that pass in the middle of the field where that safety would have been at. Maybe if he'd have lined up a little bit deeper, he would have been able to make a play on that.
Braxton Terry comes on to go 3 for 3 as he'll put the extra point through and make it 21-0 with 2:10 on the clock. Fans will be back after this message on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
All right, folks, we are back from the Riverbank, the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex, playing host to the first round in the KHSAA playoffs as we get November football and playoff time going the right way for the Bobcats right now, up 21-0.
Nothing like a little November football in the high school realm to get everything going.
Preston Turner to kick this one off, puts a boot to it. A little squib kick going to fall back around the 35. I think it touched the player and came loose.
It did.
Bobcats came out of there with it.
It looks like the Bearcat receiver kind of fumbled the ball around a little bit and just let it fall in front of him. And the Bobcats are a team that really like to try to go for those onside kicks or a little squib. Shorty Combs loves that. I know a few years ago when they were in the playoffs, I think it was against West Carter in the first half, they may have had 3 or 4 onside kicks recovered.
We got a really good coverage team, and that's what you got to look out for. When you pair a good kicker with a good coverage team, dangerous things can happen on a kickoff for special teams.
On the Family Pharmacy first down for the Bobcats as they start their fourth drive of the night.
2 receivers each side. One back is Gibson. He'll come out of there looking for a pass. Holland goes down the field. He's got Gibson open. Gibson makes the catch at the 10 and walks into the end zone with 2 minutes on the clock.
People's Bank & Trust. Touchdown for Jaden Gibson.
No.
Not what you would expect through the air.
No defense that time. Looking for Gibson coming out of the backfield as he just came out of there and got free in the middle of the field. No linebackers picked him up, and he was wide open.
Yeah.
Yep. 2 minutes on the clock. Another pass from Holland. 3 passing touchdowns here tonight already.
That's the third touchdown that has been right up through that middle, and that's been a weakness of this Walton-Verona defense so far.
Kick is up by Terry, 4 for 4, 28-0. We'll be back after another commercial break on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
Bluegrass Sports Nation bringing you all the action from the first round of the playoffs here tonight from the Riverbank. Bobcats hosting Walton-Verona. 2 minutes still on the clock here in the first quarter. Cats up 28-0. 3 receiving touchdowns in the first quarter. 2 to Austin Sperry, 1 to Gibson that you just seen. Another kick by Preston Turner. Same thing again. Number 12 almost mishandles it around the 32-33. Finally picks the ball up and is tackled around the 30. Once again, the young man that went after the ball, Andrew Lynn, even after he went to handle the ball, he picked it up one-handed. Very, very dangerous return when you're making that reception. You got to get on it and cover it. And if you pick it up, you sure want to put 2 hands on it.
Yeah, as someone who has played kickoff return, has been on the return team, seeing an onside or a squib kick is terrifying because that football is very unpredictable. It can bounce in 1,000 different directions.
2 stacked receivers each side for Hal. Quarterback for Verona will give it in the backfield to number 5. He'll make it up to about the 35-yard line before he's tackled. That was Carter Daniels on the carry.
Bobcat defense is real. I know everyone's been saying it, but they've developed very well. They're making good gang tackles coming together. I know that was one of our keys a few weeks ago, was that they need to group up more on tackles and make sure that guy's down. They're doing really good.
Well, like we talked about early on, too, we talked about the offensive line. Some of these teams haven't seen a triple threat up front like Abner, Hall, and Terry.
Yeah.
As down line.
Got 2 really good speed guys on the edges, and you got a really strong nose in Sawyer Hall.
Hall's up front. Big Sawyer Hall that time, pushing the center back. The pass that time goes up to about the 40-yard line.
But the Walton defense is Walton offense, my bad, is kind of adjusting well. They're kind of going towards quick hit and run plays and quick hit and passing plays, and that's kind of how you stop a defense. It's really bringing you a lot of pressure. Is you just hit stuff before they can get the pressure on you.
Well, that time again, Terry was in the air trying to knock the pass down with 42 seconds on the clock. Bobcats up 28-0. Walton-Verona trying to beat the pressure up front. 2 receivers each side. One of those will go in motion. Hal takes the snap, sets back, looks to the right, throws to the left, and that's his running back that makes the catch, but he's going to be tackled for a loss.
Looks like a busted screen play on that one. Looks like Braden Barnett really just got off the block well and read it well, too.
Catch made by Carter Daniels, but nowhere to go as the Bobcat defense reads the screen. 10 seconds down the clock left here in the first quarter as I think Walton-Verona will let the clock tick out, and we will too. We will go to commercial break. We will be back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation to bring you the second quarter.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Frank's, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
The Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance.
Walton-Verona forced into the punt formation as we flip sides of the field here to start the second quarter. 4th and 9. The Bearcats forced to punt. High snap goes over the head of the punter, and he will handle it around the 15. Doesn't have time to get the kickoff and is brought down and tackled at the 15-yard line. So just a bad snap. Punter not able to handle it.
Really bad beat for the Walton-Verona special teams.
Bobcats with
excellent field position.
Amazing field position.
Stellar, some would say, as they bring up a Family Pharmacy first down for them, hoping to put a few more points on the board this drive.
Thanks to Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy for always sponsoring these first down drives for the Bobcats as we get into playoffs. You'll hear more about them hopefully throughout the rest of the season. The Bobcats hope to continue rolling. 2 receivers to the far side of the field, Holland and Terry. Combs just to the right. Busted play. Going to give to Terry in the backfield. He's trying to make the best out of it. He'll get it up to the 10-yard line. Somebody got off a block and got back in the backfield just as Holland was trying to make the handoff to Terry.
That's a way to make something out of nothing right there. That could have easily been almost a fumble, I believe, on that handoff.
Looks like the guy, never know. I wasn't paying all that much attention. I was watching the backfield, but they could have brought a blitz, really hit a hole right. Could have just took the ball right out of Holland's hand, but Terry made a really good play.
Terry actually picks up a couple yards.
Yeah, looks like he got about 3 or 4, about
I would say
2. Yeah, that's great on a play like that. That looked like it was going to spell negative yards for the Bobcats.
Giving the backfield to Thomas. He's got a blocker, and he's got some room still on his feet. Bounces off the defender and into the end zone.
People's Bank and Trust of Jackson touchdown for Eli Thomas as he is the 5th Bobcat to record touchdown tonight.
Carter,
4th Bobcat to record touchdown.
Carter Daniels there to make the stop, and Thomas just bounces off of him and rumbles into the end zone. So the Bobcats waste no time with less than 1 minute. They capitalize on the high snap, and the punter could not handle it. They started out from the 15, and they're in the end zone.
Yep, and we've talked about it all year. Eli Thomas has developed very well. I mean, he is just the kind of guy, and he started off, maybe sticking more towards the edges, but now he's kind of become a guy who's a little bit more patient, will hit that hole in the middle, and is just a great running back. He had a really standout game against Leslie County.
11 minutes on the clock. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after this message.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
Hello to Eric Collins. Hello to Clifton Hudson, Paul and Gloria Smith, Charles Andrew Collins, and Ethan Gibson. Thanks to all you guys fans for tuning in and watching here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. 11 minutes on the clock here in the second quarter. Bobcats up early on the Bearcats, 35-0, capitalizing on a the high snap and getting the ball into the end zone. The kick that time going to sail out of bounds just past the 10 for the Bobcats. And with 35-0 on the clock is running here in the second quarter.
Well, the Bobcat offense and defense have gotten a lot better at executing as the year has gone on. I mean, usually, throughout the year, we've seen them kind of struggle in places. They get the ball in the area like they had it, and sometimes it end up in a turnover.
Yep.
So they have just gotten that much better at coming up with good plays.
So the Bearcats come to the line of scrimmage. Two receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Stacked inside close. High snap over the head of Hal. Chases it down and tackled. Ball still loose. Picked up by Waylon Abner. And Waylon Abner picks up the fumble and rolls into the end zone.
People's Bank and Trust for Jackson. Touchdown for the big guy. And there's flags.
Got flags everywhere. I don't know what happened after the score, but we had flags selling everywhere in the end zone.
Looks like it may have occurred after the play, maybe like a excessive celebration call, possibly.
We'll see what the call is, but
yeah. It's a little big man touchdown right there.
Yes, big man touchdown for Abner.
Offensive and defensive linemen, that's their dream right there, is to get the ball and score a touchdown right there.
Every big guy's dream, see a fumble, scoop and score, and run right into the end zone.
Couldn't have happened to a better fella. Yep. And it's going to go against the Bobcats.
Looks like they've called it a touchdown, though, and it was maybe like we were saying,
it must have been excessive celebration.
hard to not get very hyped when a big guy scores a touchdown.
Hard to take the emotion out of a lineman scoring a touchdown, but the referee's trying to keep control. The Bobcats score again. 9:56 on the clock here in the second. Terry comes on for another extra point, and that will make your score 42-0 here with 9:56 on the clock. Bluegrass Sports Nation going to take another break, and we'll be back after this message.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
All right, folks, we are back from the riverbank. The Bobcats playing host to the Bearcats, and they are up with a commanding lead, 42-0. Sometimes you just, when the snowball starts rolling, things are really going your way. The Bobcats capitalize on a high snap on the punt to score. On the second high snap, goes over the quarterback's head. He tries to fall on it. It comes loose. And the gentle giant, Waylon Abner, number 68, picks it up and rolls into the end zone, and that makes everybody in the press box score to see Waylon Abner get in the end zone. 9:53 on the clock. Bobcats up 42-0. Preston Turner puts a boot to it. It's going to be handled back around the 36-yard line, brought out of there by the Bearcats number 5. That is Carter Daniels, and Daniels will be stopped at the 50, and we got another flag.
It's like maybe a little post-play football going on.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that referees keep control of the game. I really do. But football's an emotional game too. You're playing with 10 other guys out there on the field. It's emotional. You want everybody to succeed. All 11 of you trying to reach the same goal. It's a team sport. These guys are going to get fired up. It's playoff time. And we got another unsportsmanlike call. I didn't see what happened there on the sideline, but the call goes against Breathitt. And the Bearcats, with exceptional field position, will take over, looks like, from the 36-yard line in Bobcat territory.
Now, if you're the Bobcats from here on out, you want to make sure your players don't do anything crazy. I mean, you got a really – if the game continues in trajectory we are seeing, you got a really tough matchup going to Beechwood next year.
Yeah,
next week. Yes.
Al waits on the snap. Good snap. Quick throw to number 12. And makes a couple of defenders miss, but he's going to be – that's Andrew Lynn, going to be tackled immediately. And if you'll notice, coming out of the bottom of the pile on a pass play is Sawyer Hall, one of the first guys there to make the tackle. So Sawyer with great pursuit coming from the nose guard position to be in on the tackle on the little screen play in the pass for the Bearcats.
Yeah, he was able to read right there that this was a quick screen, quick pass, and he was able to get out of there and make a play on the ball.
Yeah. Good play from the Walton offense, trying to get something going.
You think Waylon Abner's playing with a little bit more spunk right now?
I would.
He's in on the tackle. That time Daniels makes a move around to the right side on the run. He's going to be stopped.
You never know with a lineman, though. Sometimes they pick up that ball and they run in the end zone. They're like, why did I run that? I'm out of breath now.
I'm out of breath.
I need some water, coach. Especially with a player like Waylon, who is probably in some really good shape. I mean, he's played both ways. He's nearly on the ball, nearly on the field every play, except punt.
Yeah.
And no, I think he's on punt, but he's not on kickoff. So he is just a very versatile guy. He's nearly out there every play. Great player too.
8 minutes on the clock, 42-0. Your score, give to Daniels in the backfield. He's got an opening, and looks like on 3rd and 2, that's going to be good for a first down for the Bearcats. 7:58 on the clock. 42-0 your score. Here in the second quarter, Bearcats in the huddle.
These Bobcat linebackers, Alex Strong and Jason Tolson, are walking up to the line. They're dropping back. They're showing this Walton-Verona front that they can be blitzing, they could drop. They're playing very unpredictable, which has kind of been a theme for the Bobcats this game.
Snap give in the backfield from Howell to Daniels. Daniel's going to be wrapped up just past the line of scrimmage. I don't think he's going to have a gain. Maybe he did. 2nd and 6. So we're going to give him a few yards.
Yeah, the Bearcat offense trying to get a little something going on here, get the score up a little bit higher so it doesn't look as bad for them.
7 minutes on the clock. Hal gets set. 2 receivers each side for the Bearcats. Puts the man in motion. Hal going to roll to his right, look across the field. He throws, and it goes out of bounds, incomplete. 6:39 on the clock. Well, 42-0. Special thanks again to People's Bank and Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy. Also thanks to Buckhorn Children's and Family Services for this being their game of the week that they sponsor here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. And at the end of tonight's game, our esteemed staff of commentators and hosts will pick a Buckhorn Children's and Family Services player of the game. Pass goes incomplete.
Walton-Verona is trying to get this quick game going. They've been trying to get these short, quick hitch routes, out routes going all night, and the Bobcats have they're responding to it. They're flying to the ball and staying on their toes and not bailing out in coverage.
I know I mentioned earlier, they're trying to beat that quick hitting pressure defense that the Bobcats is bringing by trying to hit those shorter routes. But the Bobcats secondary has really developed this year, and they have become great players. So they're doing a great job just attacking this Walton-Verona offense.
Trips to the right. Daniels in the backfield. Howe going to throw short. Caught by number 12. That is Andrew Lynn. But the short pass.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be short.
Looks like the Bobcat offense is going to walk back out here.
So on 4th and short, the Bearcats that time go for it.
And it brings up a family pharmacy first down for the Bobcats as they make their way back out on the field.
Whitehat still, I don't know if he's waiting on the football. Yeah, he's waiting on the game ball.
Yeah.
Got another game ball coming in for Whitehat. It wasn't one he wanted.
Yeah. Maybe accidentally throwing a kicking ball out there. Never know.
Maybe.
Someone may have thought it was 2nd down and like, oh no, we need the game ball real quick.
Maybe. 4:22 on the clock. 42-0 your score. Holland in the backfield. Takes the snap. Give in the backfield to Thomas. Thomas makes a move. Going to bring it up to about the 29-yard line. So big carry for Thomas.
To echo what I've been saying all night, Eli Thomas has developed great. That's a play it's in between the tackles. And throughout earlier on in the year, he had trouble hitting up that. That would have been like maybe a 1-yard loss. And that's also a testament to the offensive line as well. So they've developed throughout the year too. They've become a tighter unit, and they're playing really well and helping Thomas as he develops get those bigger plays.
Well, you're exactly right. We talked about Thomas, and here he is again as he gets out of bounds up around the 36, 37-yard line.
Speaking of
Good
Thomas,
for a Bobcat first down.
Speaking of Thomas, he's put a defender on skates because, like we said, he has got speed that kills, and he has great change of direction as well. And he's also developed that patience to make those moves that we see.
I think that's a key point is the patience, and Brad brought that up earlier too, as he was waiting behind the block of Colby Bird earlier, and we got 2 receivers to the left again for Holland. Looking down the field, he's going to roll out of the pocket over in front of the sideline, throws it, and looks to be caught. Caught by Austin Sperry over into Bearcat territory up around the 41, 42-yard line.
Great fall and catch by Sperry to bring up a family pharmacy first down for the Bobcats as they keep driving the ball down this field in this second quarter.
Two receivers each side for the Bobcats. Holland comes out, shouts the play. 2:27 on the clock. 42-0 your score. Looks, throws short. Quick little screen pass to Holland. Got a defender in tow. Tries to take the ball away. It comes loose. The ball was stripped, and I think Holland able to come back up with it.
Great play by the Bearcat defender.
It's a quick turn of events right there.
Yeah.
It really was, and Bobcats dodge a bullet.
Yes. Looks like Carter fell back on it. But, he's a name we haven't really called much tonight, too, but he's also very dangerous because, Coach Moore really likes to hit that quick screen game, usually the Carter, and he can break off big plays like he was trying to do on that play just then. Just got a little held up, got the ball stripped, but that just happened. It's a football play.
Boyle County 21, Prairie Central 0. Letcher Central 7, Taylor County 0. And the Bobcats on the field with 1:28 on the clock. We got another pitch and catch.
People's Bank of Jackson touchdown for Austin Sperry. His third on the night as he just makes an amazing catch over defenders and a great place ball by Miles Holland as well. I know you've seen it, Brad. You want to touch on it?
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth right there. Walton-Verona was actually in pretty good coverage right there. They had two guys over top of Sperry, and Sperry was able to get just behind the guys, and that was a great ball by Miles, who I believe made that play more than anybody right there.
Yes. And like we said all night, speed kills. Yep. Austin Sperry has that speed.
Braxton Terry with a defender coming fast, able to put that one through the uprights with 45 seconds here before the half. Well, that'll make it 49-0. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They're hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering two ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5500.
All right, folks, we are back. Bluegrass Sports Nation here at halftime. We are getting ready to announce some Lumberjacks here during the halftime ceremonies, and we'll do that real quick. I'm going to kick it over to Bradley Hall and Evan Miller. I think they're going to have a guest commentator come on and talk to them here for a few minutes. But while we do some changing around and get some things going, we'll take another quick commercial break, and we'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation. The Bobcats up 49-0 over the Bearcats of Walton-Verona. We'll be back.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Hey, Brian Milam here for Appalachian Wireless. When we tell Eastern Kentucky we are you, it's true. We serve 28 counties with retail locations, and with over 300 cell sites, we have more than any other carrier. Keeping you connected, that's Appalachian Wireless.
What does one penny buy? How about an iPhone 13 at Appalachian Wireless? And now you can save up to 50% off select devices.
We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5500.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
Made in America. What does that mean? It means jobs. It means craftsmanship. And when it comes to Vaughan Bassett furniture, it means value. And Kemper recognizes that. That's why they've dedicated an entire gallery to Vaughan Bassett. Made in America. See the quality. And now, see the price. Come see your favorite Kemper store in Hazard, London, or Somerset.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
Welcome back to Bluegrass Sports Nation. As Rob said before we went to halftime, we have a guest speaker with me here in Brad. Introduce yourself.
My name's Ethan Gibby Gibson. I've been invited up here by my friends Brad and Evan. I've never done this before, so we're going to see how this goes.
Yeah, so we're just going to talk some ball, see what we've seen. Brad, what have you liked so far this game?
I like how the Bobcats have responded on defense. They've done a really good job pursuing the football, making plays and making big hits and big tackles. And as a former defensive player that I've played my whole career, that's stuff that I like to see as a former player.
Yeah, and we've talked about this a lot during the show, how the Bobcat defense has just developed really well. I mean, they're making great plays, forcing turnovers, and even scores and takeaways. This is great. And as an offensive lineman, and as Ethan can attest as a running back, I bet he loves just seeing how this offensive line and running back core is just executing well. Ethan?
I think it's beautiful. I mean, you come into a game with confidence, knowing, we can play with these guys, no matter what. Going into this game, I don't know how the confidence was. That's like next week, Beechwood, that's a big team, big rivalry. I know all three of us and everybody else listening to this has probably had a former run-in with Beechwood. You just got to come into these games with confidence, knowing that no matter what, at the end of the day, what odds are stacked against you, you got to come out there and play your ball.
Yeah. Yep. And so far, the Bobcats have a lot to be confident about. I mean, a 49-zip lead going to halftime has got to really boost your confidence and make you feel like you're the king of the world.
Yeah. I want to put both of y'all on the spot right here. Okay, all three of us have younger brothers that are juniors that all play together right now. My younger brother, Sawyer Hall, there's no comparing us. We play two completely different positions. He's a lot bigger than I ever was. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman. I was a DB linebacker. Evan, you were a center. Carson's a center. Ethan, you were a running back linebacker. Jaden's a running back linebacker. How do you compare and contrast yourselves from your younger brothers?
Well, not to give little brother too many flowers because he gets the big head, but he has developed into a better center than I ever was. He is consistent on the snap, really good technique, and really, for an offensive lineman, you really don't want to point out one player. The whole unit is playing very well, and they have come together great. I mean, having dinners over at Coach Holcomb's house, really just building that bond where they're really playing like brothers. I mean, and it's a really good close knit bond, you know. Ethan, what's your take on the running back core this year, along with your little brother?
I don't know, man. It's wild just seeing him out there, and I know a lot of people have talked about him and me and comparing both of us, but truthfully, there's no comparison. I mean, you look at the charts and you look at the stats, he is far surpassed anything I ever did, and it's kind of bittersweet to watch all those numbers go up at the same time. But at the end of the day, that's my little brother. I mean,
Yeah.
let him have it. Absolutely.
You two have some really close comparisons. You both ran the ball very, very hard
Rob
whenever you got the
Helmshow's over
chance.
here saluting me. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I know what you mean, man. It's a lot different teams though that we played on.
Yeah.
You look, I played with the famous big blue line. Tegan Smith, Connor Deaton,
Yep,
those
two really great guys.
legends out there. I had those blocking for me, and Jaden's kind of got smaller, a little blue wave, to run by.
They got a blue wave.
Oh
They
yeah, for
definitely got
sure.
a really great blue wave in front of them.
But Brad, we're such a young team. We're coming into it. The future's so bright. But look what we got right now.
Yeah, and all three of those guys have played together for many, many years, and they have been playing a lot of minutes even since they were freshmen, and that's ultimately where that's got them to where they are right now, and that's only going to make them better in the future too.
Now, guys, I know we've been talking very positive about this Bobcat team as a whole, but what's some stuff you see that you can critique a little bit? Maybe stuff you're saying that's not absolutely perfect that you really don't want to see next week as we move on towards Beechwood?
Football, I believe, is a game of strengths and weaknesses. How well can you capitalize on your strengths, and how quickly can you adjust and improve your weaknesses? And one of the things that I think that the Bobcats do the best at is running the ball and stopping the run. One of their weaknesses all year this year has been tackling and secondary coverage, and that is something they have improved a lot on later on.
Throughout this game, they've kind of proved. Some things I am seeing is a little bit too much pressure in some areas. Miles got a little rushed during their second drive, had to scramble around a little bit. And even if a few of their running plays got stuffed a little bit. So that's something you're really hoping to see, that they just execute all around. I know it's not, you can't have an absolutely perfect game. You can't always get a positive play, even though you really don't want to say that. But it's something you really want to see is them try to strive for a positive play every time that ball is snapped, even if it's 1 yard.
I think personally what makes me cringe more than anything is we'll have a great play and then get an unsportsmanlike penalty. I mean, it's got to be normal now. Austin Sperry's going to catch a 50, 60-yard touchdown. Eli Thomas, Jaden Gibson, Miles Holland, they're going to score. We got to make that normalized. We got to quit taunting. We got to quit playing this game that they're feeding into. We have got to play our ball and just be humble with it. I mean, it's okay to get excited. I mean, I can definitely say I was a player that got a little excited, played with
juice,
brought a little juice. Yeah, that's taking it way back. But we just gotta think with our heads.
Yeah. And I know that's something I also mentioned too, as like we had the unsportsmanlike on the kickoff. Is that's something you really do not want to do the rest of this game? Is let your players do some stupid stuff and get tossed because, like I was saying, you're going to a really tough place in Beechwood next year.
Absolutely.
And
next week.
Not to bring bad omens around, but the past 5 years since going back into 2A, the Bobcats on the road in the playoffs has not really had a good record, being 0-5. So you want to give yourself the best chance. You want every good player you have. And, as we talked about a little bit, the Bobcats have plug and place many different players, especially on defense, and now they finally got meshed. So you don't want to have someone get tossed for something silly and then ruin that rhythm you have now.
That's something that is completely preventable as well. Like, there's all kinds of penalties, holdings, face masks, stuff like that. Those are going to happen. That's part of the game of football. Those are stuff that's going to happen. But unsportsmanlike conducts, unnecessary stuff, those are all things that are completely preventable. And that's something that everybody has to have in their minds.
And to touch on that too, Brad, you want to limit your meal mistakes as well. You want to limit false starts. You want to limit as much as you can. Sometimes you might get one that's a little questionable, holds, stuff like that. You're offsides. If you're on defense, you want to make sure you're eyeing that ball. Don't want to get too handsy with the receivers, as we were talking about earlier on before we went to break. And Ethan, what do you want to tack on to that?
Like you said, Evan, I mean, we just got to play smart, play our ball. You know, like I said about excitement, you got to have passion. You got to have heart for this game, but you can't let it get too far. I definitely think we need to work as a team instead of individuals in some plays. I feel like some players will make one play and then cost the whole team because, you know, they get excited. And there's nothing wrong with getting excited, but we just got to think smart, play football, and go on to the next play.
And right now, the Bobcats are looking very strong. That running back stable is doing very well. Receivers are breaking out. Sperry's getting some long catches. I would like to see the ball spray around a little bit more, get those guys warmed up before they head into a tougher atmosphere in Beechwood. We're going to run to commercial real quick, guys. We'll see you back here in a minute.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Wolf County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Frank's, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolf County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolf County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Get in and out in a jiffy with gas, groceries, and a great meat department, and be sure and check out Sanford's Deli. Hutch Automotive, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts. And stop and see them at Tire Works for all of your vehicle needs for the best price in town. Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic. If you're injured, Dr. Howard can help, including auto accidents, workers' compensation. No referral needed. Over 22 years of experience. Rose Brothers Department Store with locations in Jackson and Batable. Be sure and shop in the store or online at rosebros.com. Breathitt Funeral Home, where they believe everyone deserves an honorable, respectable, and affordable final farewell. Newly renovated, and we have pre-need policies available. We treat your family like our family when only the best will do. YPK Motorsports with 4 locations in eastern Kentucky, Jackson, Hazard, Paintsville, and Ashland. In-stock machines ready for your family's next outdoor adventure. Visit ypkmotorsports.com for your next ride. All right, folks, welcome back to the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. Here on the riverbank, the Breathitt Bobcats. We got about 30 seconds before the Bobcats will kick this one off to the Bearcats of Walton-Verona. Bobcats with a commanding lead here, 49-0, as we get ready to start the second half here from the riverbank. Bobcats coming out. We talked about teams peaking and playing well. Walton-Verona just on a 4-game winning streak. They had a big game against Boone County, the first time they'd ever beat Boone County. But the Bobcats coming out early and asserting themselves. We've talked about offense, we've talked about defense, and the way this team has played and how they have progressed so much on defense. Offense really clicking tonight, guys.
Oh, well, not just the offense. Every aspect of the game is clicking. We've had some great special teams plays, some great defensive plays. It's Bobcats across the board are just looking like a really good team who are ready to make a run in these playoffs.
Return team, or the kick team, able to bring the returner down around the 36, 37-yard line. So the Bobcats defense will come back out and go to work. 11:28 on the clock, 49-0 your score. Abner, Hall, and Terry across the front.
Looks like we have a switch in the inside linebacker position. Number 15, Wyatt Spencer, has came in for number 21, Alex Strong.
Younger brother Adam with a big interception there in the first half. Hal, double handoff in the backfield, and it's torn up by one of the linemen.
Some of the Bobcats players saying they received it, and the ref calls it for the Bobcats.
Bobcats pick up the fumble. So they're in the backfield at the mesh point. The running back, the first running back, took the handoff, and as he was making the give to the reverse, that's when the ball came loose, and Bobcats cleaned it up.
Bobcats also up front got a lot of pressure just then that really disrupted the play.
Yeah.
I think a few guys, like an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman, may got pushed back into that running back trying to hit the mesh point, and it just caused the fumble, maybe a little bounce around the hands. And now the Bobcats are in good field position and ready to try to make another score.
10:20 on the clock. Holland under center, the Wishbone, give to Braden Barnett. Braden dragging a defender up to about the 29-yard line.
A name we haven't really called much tonight, really haven't needed him. Bobcats have been really hitting the passing attack tonight, especially to number 8, Austin Sperry, who has recorded 4 receptions, 177 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Braden Barnett, I think, got that first running touchdown as he got into the end zone. A young man that just does anything that Coach Moore needs him to do. We have some versatile players, and we talk about Braden coming out of the backfield. You can always spot him on the field, the young man with the cowboy collar.
Yep. And that's something you could say about, like you were saying, a lot of Bobcat players. Probably the whole slogan of the team is versatility.
Yeah.
So many players playing both ways. So many players being taken out of positions, played elsewhere, and they're just taking it and doing the best they can.
I'll tell you what I like on that play right there. We're talking about Braden Barnett as he goes up in and gets a block inside. And that is right behind a pancake by Waylon Abner. And Gibson, the running back, able to get it up in there. And we'll see ball going to be spotted on the 19-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Bobcats with 9 minutes on the clock.
And, you were just talking about versatility right there. And Braden Barnett, who had just got a big run gain right there. And he was able to make a lead block right there.
Yep.
And that's a sign of versatility.
8:45 on the clock. Wishbone Holland turns, gives to Tolson. Tolson lowers the shoulder and gets it up to about the 12, 13-yard line, somewhere in there for Tolson.
The rest of the Bobcat running backs trying to, maybe do a little deception, throwing up their hands, maybe simulate a high toss, high snap, trying to get the ball. And looks like a few front defenders may have bid on it.
That's kind of been my theme of the game so far is unpredictability.
Oh, and also, not to cut you off, that also brings up a family pharmacy first down for the Bobcats.
Yeah, and just showing that they can trick you and do anything. To throw one defender off, that could open up a play for another player.
Holland from the Wishbone gives to John Carter. Holland, he's got the corner, but he's pushed out of bounds around the 6-yard line.
Going back to versatility, John Carter Holland is one of those guys that's super versatile. He can play out wide in the slot. He can also play running back. Just looks like we have a player injured. So
we got a Walton-Verona player down on the field. So we'll take a quick commercial break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message. Hazard Community and Technical College. Whether you're starting college for the first time or thinking about a career change, they've got you covered. Offering associate degrees, diplomas, and certificates, they're here to help you reach your goals. Kemper Furniture, local families serving local families. Come see us for Eastern Kentucky's largest in-stock selection of furniture. Variety Pizza, your home for the best pizza in Jackson, along with their famous hoagies. Give them a call at 606-666-5454. Appalachian Regional Healthcare, where their goal is to improve health and promote well-being of all people in Central Appalachia. Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson, serving the financial needs of Breathitt County. Check out the CBTJ free mobile app banking right on your mobile device. Law offices of David A. Johnson with offices in Hazard and Jackson. If you've been injured, call David and his staff. They are the car wreck professionals.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Folks, we are back. Just an update on the field. The score 49-0, 7:51 on the clock here in the third quarter. We still got a player down on the field, so we'll take another quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this message.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
All right, folks, we are back. Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. Bobcats come out of the huddle. Holland under center, Bobcats on the Wishbone. Holland takes the snap, turn, give inside to Tolson. Tolson driving forward, pickup of another 3, 4, maybe 5 yards. Close to the goal line.
Sorry. Yeah. Bobcats using all the versatility. Well, it's something we've said all night. Versatility, using all the versatility they can in the Wishbone, taking advantage of the inside dive, outside run, doing everything they can just to get the most out of that formation.
Bobcats back in the huddle now. First and goal at the 2-yard line. 7:08 on the clock. Braden Barnett and Holland back into the huddle for the Bobcats. Holland steps in to call the play. Bobcats will stay in the Wishbone. Miles under center. Takes a snap, turns, pitches. Ball comes loose, but John Carter Holland able to pick it up and changes directions and into the end zone.
People Bank and Trust of Jackson. Touchdown for Carter Holland on a nearly busted play.
Carter able to pick the ball up. The pitch got loose on him and walks into the end zone. 55-0 with 6:30 on the clock.
Looks like they're going to rest the leg of number 26, Braxton Terry, and bring in number 32, Preston Turner, who's been doing the kickoffs recently. He is a new guy. His father played football back in
95. We graduated in 95.
Yeah, he played center.
He graduated in 96.
Yeah.
Played in 95.
And Preston's finally moved down from Jackson City to play trout football, play baseball here at Breathitt. And he's done really good at the kicking position. His kicks have been in the position to get recover those squib kicks, cover some onsides, and he's also a good PAT kicker.
Preston's been a football player for a long time. He actually played for the Lumberjacks, and you may be surprised, but I remember this. The first game that he got in at tight end, he scored a touchdown against Rowan County over Moorhead. I remember it well. So he knows the football game, and he wanted to come down and play, and making a difference on this Bobcat team as he's been a great kicker so far. That makes your score 56-0. We'll take another quick break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
All right, folks, we are back. Bluegrass Sports Nation, back on the riverbank here in Jackson, Kentucky. Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex playing host to the first round of the playoffs. Bobcats in a commanding lead, 56-0 over the Bearcats of Walton-Verona. Both of these teams 5-5 coming into this game. Bobcats trying to make a statement win, and the ball gets off one of the first line of players for Verona, but they're able to fall on it and cover it up. Bobcats have been successful on one of those kicks already here tonight that got into the second line of receivers here on a return team and came off the young man's hand, able to cover it. But that time, the Bearcats covered it up with 4 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, like I said earlier, those squib kicks and onside kicks, they're really hard to recover.
It's kind of like standing in the batting box and playing
like
baseball.
You never know where it's going to go, and they come in. That one went in really fast.
Wild
hit his
pitch.
foot.
And we were just giving Preston Turner his roses right before the commercial break. That was a really good kick, almost out of reach for that guy. But that, just barely hitting the hand and making it spin, almost got the Bobcats the ball back.
So Hal this time turns, gives to the running back, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and stopped.
Looks like number 26, Braxton Terry on tackle, wrapped him up and threw him down the ground. Just, we said it all throughout the game. The Bobcat defense is really clicking well throughout. They've had their struggles throughout the season, but they've come together great. We've said it a ton. They're meshing well right now. And, to tack onto that, I think having Coach Justin Combs back as a defensive coordinator really helps this team as it takes some of the play calling pressure off Coach Moore and Coach Holcomb.
This defensive front has been standout all year. This has been the strong suit of the whole defense. All year long has been the inside run and interior front.
And just speaking on them, they had great pressure on that play. It looked like it could have been a screen, but I'm not really too sure on that play. What do you think, Brad?
I don't know. It could have been a screen. It could have been a little play action rollout.
What do you think, Rob?
Busted, though.
You guys got it covered. I was still thinking about the pass interference call that we never got to discuss. Little handsy.
Yeah.
2:38 on the clock. Ball on the 43-yard line here in the third quarter. And I'm going to go back to the spread. One receiver each side. Hal sits back, going to make the quick throw over to the sideline. Caught and knocked out. It goes incomplete. Pass intended for number 12. That was Andrew Lynn.
Yeah. Good defensive recovery by Carter. The guy, number 3, Holland, that receiver is a little bit taller than him, has him outmatched and high, but, he used his athleticism to get up as well, kind of knock the ball out. And, that's, it's good.
A lot of folks here in the comments making the same comment that we made last week in the Prestonsburg game. The Bobcats, just with the tougher schedule earlier in the season, you think about being honed and being ready and being sharp. Sometimes you got to take some knocks in some big games. And I can think back over the years, there's been many a team that got onto the field at not necessarily Kroger Field, but down in Louisville when the playoffs were played in Louisville and the state championships were played there. Teams that didn't come in undefeated, didn't come in with just one loss. There's been Belfry and Mountain teams, Pikeville, that have made it down there that had 3, 4, 5 losses.
Yeah,
and it's just a matter of playing a tough schedule and taking some knocks and just being good at this time of the year and peaking when you need to.
And to add on to that as well, when you play these tougher games, harder schedule, it really, like you've said, it prepares you very well. And like you can tell this team, they've had their tough games. They've had their Belfries, their Johnsons, their Letchers, and they have played through those games. They stuck with it, and they've become really good players and developed well. And they've had three good games in the end of the season to really build that confidence and cement what they are as they go into the playoffs, which we've seen tonight as they are a fantastic run-heavy team as Preston Turner gets the ball on that play.
Young man that we haven't got to call in the backfield tonight is Preston Turner. We talk about his kicking game and, him coming from a football lineage, and here he is in the backfield running the ball with 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Holland turns and hands it off, and I think the Bobcats are going to be satisfied to walk off the field and let the last 10 seconds of the third click off, and we will too. It's 56-0 here in Jackson. The Bobcats with a commanding lead in the first round of the playoffs. Bluegrass Sports Nation, we'll be back after this commercial.
Hey, Brian Milam here for Appalachian Wireless. When we tell Eastern Kentucky we are you, it's true. We serve 28 counties with retail locations, and with over 300 cell sites, we have more than any other carrier. Keeping you connected, that's Appalachian Wireless.
What does one penny buy? How about an iPhone 13 at Appalachian Wireless? And now you can save up to 50% off select devices.
We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
The Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance wants to inform the general.
All right, folks, we are back here to start the fourth quarter, 12 minutes on the clock. The Bobcats with a commanding lead, up 56-0 here in the first round of the playoffs against Walton-Verona. And Miles Holland in the offense back on the field, working from the 38-yard line, giving the backfield again to another running back. That's Jagger Burton. Jagger Burton up to the 24-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Young guys really made a living in the backfield for the JV team this year. JV team, I believe, was 7-1, only lost one game. So bright future for the Bobcats. JV team doing great.
So we've got this team coming in right now.
Speaking of them,
yeah,
Bobcats are making some changes up front and all together as they bring up a family pharmacy first down. And Jagger Burton playing the position you really don't see him play much.
Yeah,
I think in middle school he was a receiver.
Yeah,
now he's getting some running back touches.
Really good receiver in his younger years as a lumberjack and in the middle school. And he's moved into a running back position here in the high school, the junior varsity team, as we see the JV team on the field. These guys running up to the line fresh and ready to go and make the most of their fourth quarter. Adam Spencer in at quarterback. Spencer waiting on the snap. He'll turn, give it to Turner. Got a flag on the play early. Verona able to bring down Turner for a loss of about a yard, but we'll see what the flag is. False start on the offense, so the Bobcats will put it in reverse and back it up. Special thanks again to Family Pharmacy, Hometown Pharmacy, and People's Bank and Trust for being our in-game sponsors, and appreciate the Buckhorn Children's and Family Services for being this, or choosing this as their game of the week. And once again, here in about 10 minutes, Brad and Evan and myself will choose a we got some paper ballots we're passing around up here in honor of the election. And we're going to vote on a player of the game, and we'll bring that to you. Special thanks to Buckhorn Children and Family Services for sponsoring that. Give from Spencer in the backfield, and I think that is.
I think it's Turner.
Is that Turner again?
Yeah.
Brought down right around the 25-yard line, so look like another tackle for a loss. 9:35 on the clock. 56-0 your score. I have not checked in on any of our other scores here tonight, other than earlier I was looking, and when I was telling the fans those, I actually missed one of Austin Sperry's touchdowns. So I haven't went looking. I was afraid I would miss something else here tonight. Maybe some fans can chime in with that. Thanks to all the fans that have stayed on our live stream here tonight on Facebook and YouTube. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Two receivers to the left of Spencer as he'll give to Burton in the backfield. Burton tackled again by the Walton-Verona Bearcats for a loss with 8:50 on the clock.
You know, we were talking earlier about strength of schedule and how this has shaped this whole team. And something I mentioned at halftime was that football is a game of strengths and weaknesses. And I believe that one of the things that playing a tough schedule like this does is it exposes your weaknesses and exposes your strengths as well. And those really good teams will let you know really early on what you need to improve on. And that is, I believe this is how the Bobcats have improved this far into the season, is by playing that tough schedule.
Well said.
Spencer that time. Give to Burton again, tackle at the line of scrimmage. Thanks, Sally Hudson, for one score update. Letcher is up 24-0 over Taylor County. And that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Bobcats, and the Bearcats of Walton-Verona will come back onto the field and for offense for one more series. It'll be another first down for Walton-Verona.
Yeah, family pharmacy first down for the Bearcats.
Verona with their starters still on the field. Howe in the backfield at quarterback. Two receivers each side for Howe. He'll give inside to Daniels, and Daniels will be tackled a pickup of about 4 yards here in the middle of the field, up to about the 33-yard line. Still in their own territory, a little ways to go. Pickup of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 for Walton-Verona. Bearcats come to the line of scrimmage. Two receivers to each side. Single back just to the right of Howe. Howe sits back, quick pass over to the right, and he catches the ball, and it came out. It just popped out after he caught it, maybe trying to run before he made the catch. I thought he made the catch. Yeah. Ball slips out, goes incomplete.
You've got to catch the ball before you run it, and that's a common mistake that young receivers make.
A really smart thing to do for Wyatt Spencer, though, too. You watched him run up the sideline and jump on the ball to cover it and get it, just in case.
Yeah.
That call could have went a different way.
You always play till the whistle blows.
You always see that in the higher levels, too. They'll always try to dive on the ball, maybe even try to run it back just to see what the refs will call after the fact.
Well, you never know. Stranger things have happened, especially with some of the referee calls we see. Two receivers each side. Walton-Verona puts a man in motion. Howe takes a snap, turns, gives in the backfield. Running back has an alley, an opening for Daniels. He cuts it back to the middle of the field, breaks another tackle, still on his feet at the 40. And I think that is Wyatt Spencer that finally brings him down, or is that Jagger Burton? That's Jagger Burton, number 16. Got a flag on the tackle.
See what the referees call after the flag.
He threw the flag right when the tackle was made. I thought it was a pretty clean tackle. He just grabbed him and brought him down.
Really look like a horse collar or anything.
It could have been a horse collar. I don't think it was up high enough for a face mask.
Looks like he had it more by the jersey than he did back at the pads, though. Brad, what's your take?
I don't know. I couldn't really see it from here. It was happened really far, and they called a face mask.
Face mask. So with 5:15 on the clock, Bradley Hall was correct.
Yes, Burton
called it on them. The call was Call was on Walton-Verona.
Looks like the number 5 Daniels may have got a hand in there trying to throw a stiff arm and just maybe
Possible.
clenched his hand and pulled on the face mask a little bit.
Bobcats trying to get some players onto the field. They have to call a timeout. So with that, we will take a timeout with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. 4:57 on the clock. We'll be back after this message. Wolfe County Tourism. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous. Come see all that Wolfe County has to offer. Jackson Medical Clinic and Family Health Care. Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic for all your medical needs. Open 7 days a week with new extended hours. With a hometown atmosphere, our family is sure to take care of yours. Go Time and Steak and Shake. Refresh, refill, and refuel at Go Time. 8 locations to keep you on the go. And Steak and Shake in Hazard, famous for steak burgers and great milkshakes. Appalachian Wireless. Appalachian Wireless is Eastern Kentucky. Great service, great people. Get more with the Appalachian Advantage plan. Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply. Stop by and see Scott for all your electrical, plumbing, heating needs, along with septic systems and appliance parts. Jackson Physical Therapy. Colby Watts is your physical therapist. Jackson Physical Therapy will get you back into the action. Thanks to Colby for helping the Bobcats. Folks, we are back. Hal give in the backfield to Daniels. Daniels with an alley up the middle of the field, tripped up. I believe he will pick up the first down for Walton-Verona.
Yeah, it brings up a family pharmacy first down for the Bearcats.
So Walton-Verona back into the huddle. The chains move, and they'll get set from the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats.
It's good for the Bobcat JV to get in here near the end of the game, high scoring, and get a little experience, against probably some varsity guys.
Yeah, you got to save. You got to save those players for the next game too. Give them a bit of a night off here at the end of the game. Big tackle for a loss.
Tack on what you were saying, though. It's a great way to go ahead and start the recovery process for your starters early and also get the young guys some experience.
Trenton Noble with a big tackle that time. Trenton's played football for many years, and he's actually playing in a different position. He's went from a down lineman type player into a linebacker, and great play that time as he tackled for a loss on the Bearcats. It'll be 2nd and 14, ball on the 30-yard line with 3:40 on the clock. Bobcats showing blitz. Bearcats with a man in motion was Lee. Howell will roll out. Looks down the field. He finds Lee. Lee makes the reception. It is good. Pickup of about 3 or 4 yards.
Good tackle for number 32, Preston Turner.
Actually, pick up more than that. Probably pick up of about 5 or 6 as it was 3rd and long. And
I mean, this is what Walton-Verona's kind of done all night is a quick game.
Yeah,
Take the flats, short
pass,
quick passes.
And Hal looks good doing that. He looks like he's comfortable back there throwing the short pass and in that rhythm, that type of offense.
It's always good to have a quarterback that would, is comfortable taking those shorter shots and the long ones.
And he's tall too. 3-step drop is all he needs. He can see over the line, and it seems like he's making a progression. He might have had a few passes when he had a favorite receiver already picked, ready to throw to. 2:38 on the clock. That pass goes incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th and 7 for the Bearcats. Ball on the 23. Walton-Verona comes to the line of scrimmage. Howe in the backfield with Daniels just to his right. 2 receivers each side for Howe. Takes the snap, sits back. He'll throw to his right again. He's got a man over there. It's caught, and he'll go out of bounds, but the catch was made.
And that'll bring up a family pharmacy first down for the Bearcats as the clock dwindles to 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
I actually thought he might have had a yard or 2 past the sticks, but they're going to spot him.
Oh, sure.
I thought he did too.
I thought he was past the sticks when he went out of bounds, but they're going to say
no, it's a first
16.
Down.
Just slow moving the chains.
Yeah, just slow on the change. Ball on about the 16-yard line now. Hal takes it, gives in the backfield to Daniels, makes a man miss. Quick feet, and he will get into the end zone.
And on the People's Bank of Trust of Jackson, Carter Daniels scores for the Walton-Verona Bearcats.
With 1:30 on the clock. That'll make your score 56-6.
Good run from him as well. Got a little shifty there.
Able to make a couple able to make a couple defenders miss before he made it into the end zone.
Yeah.
So the Bearcats will come on for their first chance to attempt a point after here tonight. Clock continues to run with 1 minute. Once again, thanks to the Buckhorn Children's and Family Services, as they'll be sponsoring the player of the game here tonight. And we'll try to pick that here in just a minute after the game ends. Kick is up, and the Bearcats' kick is good, and that'll make your score 56-7. We'll take another commercial break, and we'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
All right, folks, we are back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. The clock continued to run, and the time runs out on the Bearcats here in the first round of the KHSAA playoffs. Your score is 56-7. Breathitt County will advance to play Beechwood next week up in northern Kentucky with the win over Walton-Verona. So, we talked about that last week as the Bearcats came in on a high note. They had won 4 games and a big win last week over Boone County, and the Bobcats 2 weeks in a row able to pull the rug out from underneath the team, if you will, as they blanked Prestonsburg too and made some standout victories for the Cats here tonight and in that Prestonsburg game. The Bobcats go away victorious 56-7. Once again, special thanks to the Buckhorn Children and Family Services for sponsoring tonight as the game of the week and also sponsoring the player of the game. There was some tough competition here tonight, guys. I think we were all in agreement, but the man that wins the competition is number 8, Austin Sperry.
Yeah.
Austin with some tough competition from number 68, Waylon Abner, with the big man touchdown and the scoop up of the fumble. We'll give Waylon an honorable mention tonight. But Austin with multiple touchdown receptions, I think 3 on the night, if I'm correct.
It's hard to compete with a big man scoop and score. But when you have 177 receiving yards on 4 receptions and 3 of those receptions being touchdowns, it's a little hard to beat.
Yeah, first half just belonged to Miles and Austin through the air, the pitch and catch. The Bobcats did a lot of work on the ground in the running game to set up those plays. Brad, we talk about a lot of defense and analyzing a lot of things, but really that's what makes your passing game work is a good running game.
Yeah, it does. They always say the run sets up the pass and the pass sets up the run, and that's exactly what the Bobcats did. They were able to succeed in every aspect of their offensive game. They were able to successfully run the ball to the sidelines, run it outside, run it between the tackles up the middle, and pass, both quick game and deep game. And this is ultimately what was able to make the Bobcats succeed in the way they did tonight.
Folks, we appreciate our sponsors. We couldn't do it without Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy and also People's Bank. We also appreciate Buckhorn Children's and Family Services being our in-game sponsor. We couldn't do it without you fans. Appreciate you guys logging on and watching us, our live streams on YouTube and Facebook. That's what makes it go around for us here. We appreciate you guys asking the questions. We've already had the questions about next week. We anticipate going to Beechwood, and I do anticipate it being an audio-only broadcast if we get to do anything. We've been there before, and there was no video allowed, but we will update you on Bluegrass Sports Nation throughout the week with our live stream and our coverage aspects that will be coming at you next week. The Bobcats do advance on into the second round. For our cameraman, Darren Back, for Bradley Hall, Evan Miller, and Ty Back, I'm Rob Hounshell. Thanks again for tuning in to Bluegrass Sports Nation. You'll hear us next week as the Bobcats take on Beechwood.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5500.